Heyo, it's me, Harper Savage, and today the sketchbook is out. Not because we're doing another moon phase, but because I'm gonna do a progress flip through. What I mean by that is I started this in May 2023, so it's a little bit over a year since I started the sketchbook. And I'm not someone who can actually finish a sketchbook within a year unless it has like a specific theme to it. Like Inktober is like, I only want that sketchbook to be that. Now this sketchbook came from the Dollar Tree, so it is not high quality. It has a cool like soft cover pleather to it, and that's what drew me to it, is because it was like cool and bendy at the time. But when I stuck stuff to the cover, it didn't want to stay down, so I had to add packing tape, so it's a bit like harder now. And because it's from a dollar store, the pages are super thin, and there's a lot of pages in here, like probably over 100 in here. So I don't actually expect to get this sketchbook done anytime soon, but I just thought it'd be cool to like show the process. And also because my elbow is swollen from a bug bite on my like drawing hand, so I can't really do too much drawing right now without irritating my elbow. So let's get into the flip through now. Now I don't typically draw on the end sheet page, but this one I might be able to get away with it because it actually is like a nice craft kind of paper feel to it. So maybe I will. And here we have the test page. I do this in all of my sketchbooks where I figure out what the paper can and can't handle, because I almost never consistently stay with the same sketchbook. I always get a new one, always trying to find like good bargain and budget buys for me. So here's a test page where I test out a bunch of different supplies that I have at that time. Most of the stuff I still do have, but there are some things that I don't anymore. Like I know I don't have the Pentel sign probably because it probably dried up and I didn't like, you know, get another one. So here's the first page. So I did collage on this side, and I do have more collages in this sketchbook just because of how many pages there are. There's no way I'll be able to fill it in a timely manner if I don't kind of skip pages here and there. So I just put stuff on whatever side. I know what like typically bleeds and doesn't bleed through the paper, so I don't really need to leave it open for me to remember. And that's mostly just because I have been using the same supplies for so long. But yeah, on this side we got some swatches and some thumbnailing and notes here for this page. Now this is a goldfish pond and there's a cat looking into it. I did this page in colored erasable pencils. I think they're the Cool Erase Prismacolor pencils. So you can't really see it that well, but it's there. And this was for my coloring book that is going to be coming out hopefully within this year. Now this page is interesting because I got a updated switch, the OLED model, and this was my old switch, so I peeled it all off, and I didn't want to toss it because I do want to remember the old switch, which was one of the like first series runs. So I put it in here next to my sketch for a YouTube thumbnail of Tears of the Kingdom, where I am cosplaying as Link and she is a bubble frog, and this whole thing is a cave. And in this space I would take a screenshot of the game, of an interesting point in the game, and use that as like the thumbnail for that specific part of the video. It's on my VOD channel if you are interested in watching me play through that, because I'm done playing that game now. And here's one of my favorite pages. We did do this together on the channel. We didn't do the collage part, but we did this page together. These were with the outline markers from Five Below. And now that we're coming back to this page, I'll tell you guys a little bit more about them now that I've had them for a while. I have used them since. It's not like I was using them one time and that was it. They still look pretty good. They do need shaking and pumping, and they need to sit on their head for a little bit before you can use them if you'd put them down for a long time like I did. The glitter does rub off. I noticed it's mostly in this area where it has rubbed off because this is like a textured sticker. I think if I had left it like not 3D, it would have been a bit more long lasting, but over time, the glitter will come off. You can see it in the yellow squiggle the most. Let me see if I could tilt it right here. A little bit in the orange squiggle there, and the arc. The same colors are more visible for the peeling. And there is glitter on this page. It's just hard to see it because everything else is so sparkly. But still like this product. You should totally get them if you see them at Five Below. And it bled through the page and it looks cool, right? So I kind of just left it. And then here we have wolf sketches because I was trying to draw a wolf for my upcoming coloring book. Did not make the cut. Unfortunately. So I was just basically practicing drawing a wolf. I actually do really like that one. This wolf here was based off of a photo I had of Peanut, my dog. He's not wolf shaped. He's not pointed eared, fluffy in any way, shape, or form, but I thought I could use him as a pose reference and it just does not look like a wolf. It looks like maybe a scrawny coyote or fox or something, but definitely not a wolf. Then we have this page. This is a collage of things that were like out on my desk taking up space, plus some stickers I added. It's hard to show you guys the second page sometimes just because my laptop is here and blocking the corner of the sketchbook from me being able to move this over this way. Yeah, some of these stickers, these are from like a collection book of Apothecary, I think it's called, stickers that you can find in like Barnes and Nobles and craft stores. And right here we have another coloring book page that's in a light blue color, so it's hard to see, but it is bottles with stuff in the bottles. And then here we have, I did not mean to theme it like this turquoise and yellow theme until I had put down the Gudetamas and realized that's what was happening, so I added more stuff within that color family. And we have like two thumbnails here. This one is for right here, and this is a thumbnail. Well, this was an attempt at a thumbnail. I ended up doing it all digitally and it looks nothing like this, for me and Nock playing through Doom. So if you are interested in that, you can check out our joint channel, Savage Heroes. This image might look familiar. It is actually it's usually my art thumbnail for live streams, but it's also like a banner and offline screens and other places, and I finished it digitally, but this is the sketch for it. It's supposed to be me like drawing on my iPad, basically. Here is some more planning for thumbnails. If it's not obvious, it's Mario. Plus other things. Like sometimes I leave stuff out on my desk because I intend to put it away for scrapbooking with later, and then I just end up using it like within the moment instead. And I was going to glue in more of these ramen top thingies when I liked more flavors, but then I just forgot about that until just now, I guess. Oh, and here is Inktober plus some like swatching. So I tried to get like as many like thumbnail ideas done as I could before Inktober actually started, and I got pretty far. I got halfway, and then like some extras here and there, and then some I just kind of winged on the day. Like I remember for Angel and Demon, I didn't really have a sketch for them, and I ended up changing some once I realized I couldn't draw it. Like Rise was supposed to be a phoenix. But yeah, these are all like tiny little baby thumbnails. And then plus some extra stickers that weren't like fantastic stickers because they ripped or something. So I stuck them behind here with the prompt list. And here's some more coloring book planning. I was practicing drawing some herbs and stuff along with Peanut. We have Peanut holding a basket, and I was trying to figure out how he was gonna look and how he was gonna hold the basket and all that, and I messed up a lot, like enough for me to just paste over. So here we have our 300 sub special roll for inspo, turn cheat into, and then we had animals corresponding to, you know, dice faces. And the first roll was a ferret, and we went ahead and did that, and that's a video on the channel here. But unfortunately, there wasn't enough interest in another roll for inspo video, but I had already pre-sketched out and rolled the dice for a second one, and it was going to be Chi as a bat. Here's some more sketching for my upcoming coloring book. A lot of the pages in here are going to be that because that's what I was focusing on. More coloring book. This is like a page, and this is a different page. Like they're not just like me practicing drawing these things. Some of them are actual pages in the coloring book. This one's a good one. It was actually recommended by one of my community members to draw like a forest floor. And I liked it so much that I ended up putting it on the cover of the coloring book in the background behind Peanut in his basket. And this was in Inktober. I just pasted it in here because I had space there. And here's another coloring page. It's in a color of a rabbit and a wolf and like some scenery. And here we have incredibly light thumbnail sketches of incomplete full moons. At this point in time, we finished the flower moon, and as you can see, there's no sketch there for the flower moon. I kind of just figured it out on the page I sketched it on. And over here we have me practicing drawing a frog, a fish, a raccoon, and also planning out the next coloring page. You can barely see it because it's so light. Try to tilt it up so you can see it better. Probably still can't see it. It's okay. You'll be able to see it better on the next page. Here I was practicing drawing a raccoon because I realized I forgot how to draw one. And I was also trying to figure out what style worked best. I have drawn a raccoon before, not like one of those first time things. I actually did a commission for somebody's Twitch emotes to be a raccoon, and I was just like basically refreshing myself on how I drew it. Here we have like a chibi form, a slightly more realistic form, and like somewhere in between these two is this, and I think that's what I ended up going with for the most part. I was having such a hard time drawing the raccoon. I even drew like a little sketch of the skeleton to figure out how to position it on this page here. This is another coloring page, and the raccoon got some corn and also other things that it eats, which I was kind of shocked at when I looked it up. I'm like, what do raccoons eat? And apparently they eat like clams and acorns and like anything small. And here we have the Wolf Moon sketch, and also some stuff from Salem. When I visited Salem, I actually sketched a lot of this in Salem. That's why it's on the very next page. This is where I stayed. It's a very nice hotel. I recommend. So here we have the first moon, which you guys do get to see all the moon sketches in the moon videos. So this might be no surprise to you guys to see these. We have the snow moon and the worm moon, and this is two other videos, I think. They were not in this order, probably. I just pasted this in here because this page was blank. This was of like neon markers that were from Five Below. I can't quite remember what they were called. And this was of the infinity pencil. And here we have the pink moon and the flower moon sketches. And then after this we have some cinnamon sketches for Sinuary, which happens in February, plus some gel pens. I was planning on this page, and this is what it ended up looking like, and I can actually show you the finished result of this. Here it is. It is on my little sticker book. This was like the exclusive merch you could win in like a giveaway I was doing for February. And here we have some more planning for the previous page. Either I already started sketching her on the other page, or I just didn't want to draw it there for some reason. And on this side we have the strawberry moon. This is a bit of a spoiler, but hopefully it's coming out soon. And then on the next page, we also have the buck moon already sketched out too. I'll just flip right past this because that's also a spoiler. And here we have mostly blank plus a circle. This is going to be another full moon page. I just didn't sketch it yet. I started to. Clearly, I have a circle here, and then I just was like, okay, I'm done. And then here we have another video where I did thumbnails of the moth on the sage paper, which was really fun. I actually still like this other idea that I might revisit, because over here we went with this idea where it's a moth on a stump, and this one is a moth on like one of those dome terrarium things. And here is what it looked like digitally, and here's the original sketch that I then put on my iPad and did digitally, and then transferred from this over to sage paper. It was a process. It was annoying, but that's the only way it was gonna get done in a way that I like. now we're all caught up to where I've last sketched. I did this just a few nights ago. It looks like a bunch of lines. It's eventually gonna be like trees and mushrooms, and I want to make it into an animation, so I didn't draw too many details out yet because I'm still trying to figure out what exactly I'm gonna do for this once I like get like a sketch down. I have some notes there and stuff. But yeah, that's it. So I'll show you how far into the sketchbook I am. We're just this far in. That's a year's work. A little bit over a year because I did just sketch this like the other night. So I don't know if I'm actually gonna get through this entire sketchbook by the end of the year, but there are some changes coming up in my life. They're not great changes for me anyways, but I might have more time to do art and work on stuff. But that is gonna be it for me today. If you want to check out another Flip Flute video, you can go ahead and tap the thumbnail here. If you want to catch up on anything you missed, you can go ahead and tap the thumbnail here. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to do all the cool YouTube things of comment, liking, subscribing, and turning on that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!